on the web at FoxSports1280.com. What's going on? It's Sunday morning, and it's time to find out what's going on from around the world to around the region.
I don't know what's going on.
This is the show that knows what's going on. Call or text at 222-1280. Live from the Fox Sports 1280 studios in downtown Rochester.
What's going on here?
This is What's Going On. Alongside Kevin Allen, here's Nate Brown.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. You really are a heel. You're as cuddly as a cactus. You're as charming as an eel, Mr. Grinch.
Mr. Grinch goes out to Van White. We'll talk about that a little later on. Hey, good morning, gentlemen. I'm Nate Brown, high atop of the studios, the 16th floor of First Niagara. No, not First Niagara. Five. Did you see the new dig?
Yeah.
Yes. New digs downstairs. My man Kevin Kentucky Allen from the land of the Heisman Trophy winner Lamar Jackson, Louisville.
Wow. Yeah, he won it yesterday, so they're pretty hyped about him. So, congratulations to that young man because he was actually the best college player. And, it's good that they've changed the rules and they give it to young people in terms of underclassmen.
Sophomore.
Yeah, because before you had to be a junior or a senior, but now they give it to whoever's the best player. But I just got to say real briefly, it's been a long time, but I got to go to the Raggedy Ass.
Don't go to Raggedy Ass. No, Kevin.
I'm going a little bit later on.
Go to let's later. Okay.
Keep your walker still.
Okay, wait. Well, also we got Minnesota Joe. Say it so. What's up, Joseph?
It is so. The Vikings get their coach back. We're in the middle of a winter storm, so winter's here in Minnesota.
Okay.
It's interesting that Lamar Jackson is only 19 years old.
Yep, he's a baby.
His future is just absolutely amazing. And he could be a multiple Heisman Trophy winner.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he does a 4-4.
Yeah, he's a baby. Hey, that's
possible.
That's really good. But gentlemen, before we get started and do all that we do, we have a female voice on the line this morning. We got estrogen up in this camp. And Miss Erica Collins. Good morning, Miss Collins.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm going to make you laugh, okay? Before we got on the air, right, they got a name. Who we interviewed this morning? So I told the guys here in the studio, Eric and Mr. Blunt, because they're here too, and they Googled you. And when you
Google anybody.
Hold up. Now, Joe, when it came up, Joe and Kevin, Mr. Blunt goes, woo.
I mean, you're going to just Google anybody now.
No, but I'm saying, when a picture came up, Mr. Blunt goes, woo. It was so funny. But good morning and welcome to the show, dear.
Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for the compliments.
Hey, now where you calling us from this morning, Erica?
I'm in New York.
Okay, because that's where I'm from. I'm from the Bronx.
I'm actually from New Jersey. I just spent some time in New York and D.C.
Oh, that's cool. Now tell us, how'd you get started as a voluptuous plus-size model?
Well, unlike the young ladies today who are Instagram famed and self-proclaimed, it's the old-fashioned way. I was discovered at a fundraiser show in college.
Okay, and where'd you go to college?
George Washington University in D.C.
Okay. So
who discovered you?
Yeah, who discovered you?
It was choreographers actually from New York. I had never even heard of plus size modeling, and they were tough. So there were a lot of skinny girls. I think I was the only larger size woman, and they said, "Stop the music! Stop the music! I want everyone to watch her because she is the only diva in here who knows how to walk."
Wow. Okay, so you got the strut going on, huh, sister girl?
I guess so.
Man, so how did you prepare to become that professional plus-size model as you're doing this?
Well, actually, with everything, I like to seek education and training, get to know about every facet of what I'm dealing with. So I went to professional training. I was studying under the top plus-size model in D.C., and what you learn is that, it's not just all about beauty. Modeling is about sales and marketing if you're going to try to be successful.
Yep. Right.
Yeah, right. Now that's
Let me ask you a question.
and that's
Obviously, it's about
Kentucky too, by the way.
It's obviously about sales and marketing because you want to sell whatever product you're modeling. What is your actual size? Because you probably reflect more women than the skinny ones.
Yeah, I started off at the time because the sizes for plus range from size 10 all the way up. Size 10 is actually considered plus in high fashion. So I started off as a size 16, 18. And I guess right now about an 18, 20. You know, it's been 20 years in the industry.
Okay.
So,
well, I mean, that's cool.
yeah, so
this is Jim Blunt in the studios in Rochester here. One quick question. Have do you do a lot of work with the designers because the demographics have changed so much and there used to be an outcry from people, say, with your stature and your size would go to the J.C. Penney's, Macy's, or Sears, and some of the other outlet stores, and there were never any accommodation or sizes that would fit them. And now, because of the shift in demographics, we have more women because of probably the overall standard of living in this country, the dietary situation. Designers are really coming up with beautiful fabrics, the color coordinations, as well as the size structure to make people look very, very attractive. Okay, so it used to be, well, I'm too big, I'm this and that, but now people are more accepting of that beauty. Let me put it that way.
Yeah, I actually have been in the industry for about 25 years, believe it or not. I started when I was about 17, 18. And most of the clothes from the stores you're talking about, my very first show was at Macy's. And then I modeled for Bloomingdale's, Liz Claiborne, Boscov's, more of the traditional stores. And the clothes were really made for women who were over 50. Now what you're seeing is they're really embracing curves. The structure and design of the clothes is better. They're hip, they're trendy, they're sexy. So the industry has really, really grown and changed to accommodate the majority of the women, which is, you know, they say 67, might as well say 70% of American women are plus size or considered just a women of size.
No, it's funny you said that because back in the day, I always had this, and my wife kind of knows this tremendous love affair with Phyllis Hyman. And I don't know if you remember who Phyllis Hyman was.
Yes, I do. I do.
Come on.
She's a native. She's a native.
She would be like, calm down. And all because of the fact that she was just a beautiful sister girl, and I don't think people really embraced her beauty from the standpoint of just her looks, from her, her thick lips, just her hips, her whole thing. And now you see people running down to the Dominican Republic to get your lips, baby girl. And if it wasn't for that, I don't know if it would be a Kardashian.
That is so true. That is so true. That is so true. Yeah, I mean, we're moving away from the stereotype of the most attractive woman being a blonde-haired Barbie doll, and it's really expanding into different ethnicities, and of course, African American women have always been rocking the curves.
Right.
Well, let me ask you a question. Do you think that it's more of that? Or do you think that the powers that be just said, you know what, there's too much money out here. We're not getting all this money. We want it all, okay? Because as you said back in the day with blonde hair, blue eyes, nothing against our blonde hair, blue eyes sisters, but the reality is they were leaving a lot of money on the table. So do you think it's more money driven now? Because they're saying if we hit this niche, we will get all this money from all these women and line our pockets even more.
Well, at the end of the day, when it comes down to business, it's all about numbers. I would say about 15 years ago, there was a story in the New York Times or around the times after 9/11, and stores and companies, as you know, were losing money and trying to figure out what to do with the changes in the economy. And they were highlighting, you know, your high fashion stores, Armani and Gucci and so on and so forth. And what they realized was that the women were coming in and just buying belts. They weren't really buying the clothes because they didn't fit. So this started the trend really to look at the numbers of everyday women, just not the high profile women that would come into their shops. And slowly but surely over the last, I'd say 15, 20 years, everybody is starting to accommodate the plus size women. So yeah, you're absolutely right. At the end of the day, for business, it's about numbers so you can survive.
No, Eric had a question.
Yeah, Eric, this is Eric from Rochester. I'm in the studio. Now with the changing demographic of the woman, let's say, do you feel that they should make a push for more plus size models?
Yeah, I think, well, the trend now, because just to speak a little bit about the younger women out here, because their attitudes are very different even from when I started. Because when I started, we made sure you didn't see cellulite, for example, you had the proper garments on. And now you see women, you know, walking down the runway without stockings. So the trend is different, and the women are more comfortable with their bodies in general.
That brings up another question. Obviously, you would know something about 6th Avenue, 7th Avenue, known as the garment industry, for people who are not familiar with that. But when you see hundreds and hundreds of thousands of racks of clothing being loaded to tractor trailers to be shipped all over the country, it is one fascinating scene. And I wish our listening audience, if you ever visited in Manhattan, New York,
fashion district.
Yeah, go down there and take a look, and you'll see the impact of what she's talking about in terms of how this really affects the entire nation.
Hey, Eric, I got one more question for you before we get you out of here. You did some acting. How was that for you? And how'd you do that?
Well, when I first started, I went to training. I actually minored in theater at GW. And then when I got to New York, I went with a couple casting agencies, studied at TBI Studios, etc. And I was always working in media, so I was around places like HBO, etc. So basically, through casting, through agents, I was sent on one of the top programming, which was Paramount Studios, for Stepford Wives. And it just so happened my first major time being on a movie set, the SAG and AFTRA people were there. So they gave me speaking lines. The director, I think it was Director Oz at the time, you know, I was playing a powerful businesswoman next to somebody who looked like Nicole Kidman. And they taped us, and I got what's called a SAG waiver that day, and that kind of launched, I guess, the height of my professional acting career.
Hey, well, I want to thank you for coming on the show this morning and sharing some information with us. We really appreciate you. Now, you doing any shows in upstate New York, anything like that, anytime soon?
I'm investigating a couple opportunities, but trying to move into some different aspects of the plus size industry.
Okay. Well, call us and keep us abreast. And I want to tell Diana thanks for getting you this morning.
Okay. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure speaking with you.
All right. Be blessed. Have a great holiday. Okay, darling?
Thank you very much.
You too. Bye-bye.
Thanks for coming in, and hopefully you start your own line.
You got it.
There you go.
We're going to